Hi, it's Tuesday night, just 3 days away from Christmas. It's the 22nd of December and day 356 of my journey to business alignment. Today's Living the Dream experience was, of all things, going online and scheduling a haircut at Great Clips, which is just near my home here. It wasn't the actual haircut itself, although Tiffany did an excellent job, don't you think? It was the fact that at 10:30 this morning, I just checked in with the boss, me, to ask if I could go ahead and take off some time to go get a haircut and do some errands and do some more shopping before the lunch hit. And the boss said to me, absolutely, go for it. It's just so exciting to not only be 66 years old and retired, it's exciting to have enough income that I don't have to be working in my senior years and having to get permission from someone else every time I want to go do something. I think that qualifies as a living the dream experience, don't you? And I have that experience every day of my life now. It's unbelievable. Anyway, here's what I had for my power statement for this morning. I'm going to keep working on finishing the next few tasks on my remaining task list until they're all done or until I run out of time for the day. And hopefully, and cross my fingers, Edwin and Fiverr guy will get their bugs all worked out. I know I am sounding like a broken record a little bit these last couple of days, but I'm getting a lot done, and I'm getting closer and closer to the day when my to-do list doesn't have any more website-related tasks on it that have to get done before I can start coaching. I'm sure I'll always have some website tasks because that's an ongoing process, having a live working website, but they will be more for maintenance and that sort of thing, and not so much about this detail and that detail before I can start coaching, and that's exciting to me. So here's my to-do list right here, all done. You saw that? Bam, done. And here's an extra list of to-dos I had for Tuesday right there. Bam. And I had this thing I wrote up and I threw it away, but I unwatered it to show you that I had written it out, and the goal was to type it up. And I typed it here. It's all about the Ontraport step of adding a button to a website page and how to set that up and how to add a link and hyperlink it and how to put the text and fonts and all. It was just great. So I typed it all out so I wouldn't forget because I have a lot of those to do in the future. So anyhow, my most important task for today was to follow up with Fahad to help him make the changes to all the product landing pages, social media links on it. There's an audio bar here and then the big picture underneath it. In between there, I had some things I want him to put on there. And I do have to say that everything I get to do up here in my office in the way of tasks like that related to my website and Living the Dream coaching is absolutely fun and so fulfilling. And my fun task for today was to learn how to use a new free tool that captures print screens, and then you have all sorts of ways to share it, to view it, and to save it. It actually gives you a short link that you can put in Messenger, just paste it, and people can click on it and opens up the page of what you screen saved. Well, when folks get the short link, they just click on it and it opens up and shows them the part of the screen that I saved and copied. I can't tell you how helpful this has been, this little tool, for me as I have been on chats with Ontraport helpers, and I've needed to show them something on my monitor of web pages and all the different pages. And the old process of copying and hitting print screen and pasting and turning into a JPEG, and oh my goodness, it was just so much of a time consumer. And all that I do now is I just click on this print screen and I save the part I want and save the link and send it to them. It's just a fantastic tool, and it's called Lightshot, Lightshot, and you just go there. It's a free little app, it's a free little tool, and it's fantastic. And my exciting task today was to learn how to set up buttons using the OP system that I just showed you. It's so fun. Anyway, my end of the day success routine questions asked. Get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? Well, for a Tuesday, I got up at 7. Absolutely. Did you start your morning with power? Yes, I did. Were you productive throughout your day? I was. Did you get the most important things today? 3 pages. Pieces through the portal of my mind, manifest in the world of the physical through action. Absolutely. And I got the most important things done. So I moved my goals forward. Did you show up as the person you wanted to today? I did. What about your personal time with Kathleen? We had a wonderful evening, a nice meal, and nice relaxing together because it was a full day until 5:30, but it was great. She was present for me, and I was present for her when I came down and said, I'm home, I love you. And she said, I'm home. She has a 5-second commute, and I have about a 10-second because I have to walk downstairs. Next are my end of the day success routine accountability questions. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your promises that you made to yourself this morning? Well, I promised myself this morning that I would make sure that Fahad and I got the podcast landing pages set up with the right podcast RSS feed and the Apple feed and the subscriber links all set up on those podcast landing pages like I wanted them. And I also promised myself that I would get all that I needed from Edwin today so that I could finish setting up the step lessons going forward and with the protections and all those certain steps to get that done. Well, after several email communications back and forth between Edwin today, he was in, and after watching the short video that he sent me in one of the emails that he sent back to me, I got all the information I needed, and I was able to start the process of doing the rest of the steps of setting up all the rest of my video step lesson videos, and with their thank you pages, because that's what it said, the protections are on that, not on the page that the video links are on. It's on the thank you page that lets you go there, and on the emails that has the link in them. It's fantastic. The next question is, what movies did you watch during your mindfulness time today, Marty? What did you make time for them? Or did you? And were there any new instant replay movies that you got to watch today? Well, I jumped right into my win the morning, win the day routine because I want to get after it. And after watching the must-see TV favorite 5 movies on the screen of my mind like I do every morning, I started reflecting on a couple of the YouTube videos I had watched last night after dinner. They were all about the law of attraction and how we sometimes cause ourselves to be blocked from going in the direction we really want to go and to be the person we want to be because we speak and think thoughts that vibrationally work against our real selves and what the source says we are and what we are meant to do and be. Remember the vibrational mind I talked about? They were really quite interesting. I took some mental notes there. Anyway, that is the what I call going to the movies that I did today. My next question says, what's the one thing that would make all the difference going forward? What's the one thing that I can do better tomorrow and every day going forward? Even if the day goes sideways, get it done, I'd still feel successful? Well, I'm still focusing on finishing the remaining tasks on my master task list. I know that Edwin and the Fiverr guy got close, and the Edwin got his done. I'm still waiting on the Fiverr guy, but it was so exciting to stay focused on that. I still have some constant contact tasks to do and a couple other master task lists to do, and then I'll be able to launch my focus group campaign and then start getting clients to coach. My power statement for tomorrow is pretty much going to be the same one that I had this morning. Here it is. I'm going to keep working on finishing the next few tasks on my remaining task list until they're all done or until I run out of time. Edwin's done, and so now I'm still waiting for Fiverr guy to get his bug all worked out, and those will be done. The next question of my end of the day success routine is to ask myself, were there any mistakes or failures that I could turn into a total success going forward? Well, once again, the tasks I had to do today were small, detailed type tasks, and ones that were of lesser importance, as well as a few errands, like I said, like getting a haircut. And so I didn't make any mistakes or have any failures today. Soon, however, I will be back using the Ontoport system. I got started on that, where I have to do those steps, and I hope I remember everything, but I'm sure glad I typed it out on the step by step by step. So good. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? What can I do better? What did I do well? Well, my biggest success today that I did well was being able to have contact with Edwin and communicate properly, who really helped me out today. He fixed the bug and answered all my questions and even sent me a short little video showing me through what to do again, and it was terrific. My next end of the day success routine question asked me to rate my day's effort. I decided to give today's effort a 10, and I worked at the speed of 10 all day, that's for sure, except for a short lunch break, like I said, leading up and doing a lunch break, getting that haircut, and then I worked right up to 5:30 p.m. I'm hoping that the Fiverr guy is going to get that message from me and get it done, and I suppose he's working on it, but that's what I hope. Anyhow, I will be so happy when both of these are done. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle that says the only way for us to have long-term happiness is to live by our highest ideals and to consistently act in accordance with what we believe our life is truly about. End quote. This being true, then, we can't do this if we don't clearly know what our values are, what our highest ideals are, and what we truly believe, can we? I find that the biggest tragedy in most people's lives, and I have had more than 50 years out amongst all the adults out there watching thousands of people live out their lives. Many people know what they want to have, but they have no idea of who they want to be. I'm here to tell you that getting things simply will not fulfill you. Only living and doing what we believe is the right thing will give us that sense of inner strength that we all deserve. When you and I take ownership of that truth, attracting a big dream, a dream we can passionately serve, that's assured. And then as we set out to manifest that dream that is truly tailor-made for us, we will see the plus factor released from within us, and we will align all three of our minds so that, most importantly, our vibrational mind, so that we attract what we want, we manifest it, and we accomplish our dream, period. These principles lead to the next thing I'm grateful for. The law of the compass, which says your values, whatever they are the compass that will and is guiding you to your ultimate destiny, period. Our values are creating our life path. They are guiding us to make certain decisions and take certain actions consistently. When we don't use our internal compass intelligently, and especially when we are not aligned to it, it results in frustration, disappointment, a lack of fulfillment, and a nagging sense that our lives could be more if only somehow something were different. You know the feeling. Yep. Get back into alignment is key. And our internal compass can and must do that if we choose to follow our values. There's an unbelievable power in living our values, a sense of certainty, an inner peace, a total congruency that few people ever experience. But I promise you, you can and will experience it when you take ownership of these principles and live them as your own truth. It's these sets of rules that you've set for yourself that you believe in and you take ownership that'll bring your destiny right before your eyes. This leads me to the next thing I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for Tony Robbins, who said, it's real short, if you don't know your true values, prepare for pain. Oh man, the only way we can ever feel happy and fulfilled in the long term is to live in accordance with our true values. If we don't, we're sure to experience intense pain. You've seen it. Far too often, people develop habitual patterns of behavior that frustrates and sometimes even destroys them. Patterns such as smoking, drinking, overeating, abusing drugs, attempting to control or dominate their spouse or even others, watching hour upon hour of television, I call it, and I can go on and on and on with these behaviors. What's the real problem here? These behaviors are really the result of frustration, anger, and emptiness that people feel because they don't have a true sense of fulfillment in their lives. They're trying to distract themselves from those empty feelings by filling the gap, or what I call filling the hole, with the behavior that produces a quick fix, maybe, a quick, immediate shot of adrenaline to change their state of mind. They snort it, they drink it, they live it, trying to fill that hole. Over time, if not corrected, however, this behavior becomes a pattern, and people often focus on changing the behavior itself rather than dealing with the cause. They just don't have a drinking problem. They have a values problem, a thinking problem for sure. The only reason they're drinking is to try to change their emotional state because they don't like the way they feel moment by moment. They don't know what's most important to them in their lives, and they don't know how to think their way out of this pattern of behavior. Oh, this is deep stuff and helpful stuff, I hope. It sure helps me. I'm going to leave it here for tonight. I'll be right back here at my laptop, starting and sharing more things tomorrow night. But until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.